Carrie's here.
Hey.
She never gets notified on Tuesdays.
Wonder why that is.
I don't know. I guess I'm done with my drink.
So, I guess we have one-on-one instruction here tonight, huh?
That was my videographer. She has appeared. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I
has
had
a
no
paw
idea.
and gets her dirty and everything.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
They have a way of doing that.
Yes, they do.
So.
And they seem to have the heaviest paws of any dog I've ever known.
Well, and the way they use them is just so funny.
They use them like claws. Especially if you're not paying attention to them, because that's how the marks that I got with Sam.
Yeah.
When he wasn't done with me. Yeah. When he wanted me to scratch him some more. Yeah, those nails dug in my arm.
So how is Carrie doing this evening?
Has it quit raining up there? Good evening, Miss Brenda.
I know the 1,900 people there.
You know them? We've met them a time or two. Yeah.
So.
We even heard one or two of them snoring a time or two.
Are we supposed to let other people know that we know that? That they snore?
They do now. Evening, dew. It's rainy. And I don't think it rained here today, did it? Yesterday.
Yeah, it did. Did it rain? Did this morning.
Okay.
Wheat Tree. My, I haven't seen you in a while.
I just saw her over in that other live stream. Filmora Go did me wrong today. In edit mode, my video was correct, but it saved only part of one ice of music, and it uploaded wrong. Ugh. Yeah, it wasn't you, Brenda. Wasn't you? Hi, Rosalie. How are you? How is it down there in Southern Ohio? Evening, Stephen. Missed you last night. June, how are you, sweetheart? Well, Carrie, we'll keep our fingers crossed that you don't get a lot. It's not like you need it right now.
Yeah, well, let's talk just a little bit about that. Well, I get the impression that you edited your movie in Filmora, and then you uploaded it directly from Filmora. So in other words, you did the processing and upload at the same time, and it doesn't do that at the same time. It takes time to process the video, and then it uploads it. And there is a host of things that can go wrong in doing that. For what little time it might save you, I certainly recommend just exporting your video locally to your hard drive, and then once it's there, once you've looked at it and said, yep, this is what I want, then upload it. Oh, Filmora Go. All right. Well, I can't speak about Filmora Go. I could not even begin to try to edit something on a phone. I don't even want to think about it. So kudos to you. Rosalie, take it you haven't been feeling well here. Wheat Tree, where have you been? I haven't seen you around in some time here. Allie, good evening.
Staying busy.
So, anyway, I put in a title that we're going to maybe talk about some other software flavors here this evening, as well as Filmora. And actually, the fellow that kind of led me down this path is not even in here right now.
I hope I'd be here in a minute.
Pardon?
David?
No.
Oh, okay.
Grizz.
Oh, okay.
Grizz had a question for me last night that I had to go look up. And I didn't know it did this, maybe because I've had Filmora for so long that the earlier versions didn't require this. Maybe because my computer's, anytime I'm on the computer, pretty much it's online. I don't know that I've ever edited a video without an internet connection being present. But what Grizz said was that if he used Filmora to edit a video when he had no internet connection, that it put the watermark back in it. So that was the that's what started this this whole little search. And I did some Google searches, and of course on Filmora's website to find out, and I believe I'm 90%, 95%, 99% pretty darn sure that I found the answer for him. And let me bring this up for you.
Carrie needs that answer also.
All right, well, and I'm talking the full-blown version of Filmora. I'm not talking Filmora Go. But within the Filmora, when you purchase the program, you have to register the program. And you do that by bringing up Filmora, going to the Help button, and there is a, this where it is. It just tells my version. I wonder if it goes away after you've done it. Anyway, there is a selection here called Offline Activation. And I'm pretty sure you folks can't read this. I'm not going to leave it up that long. But this is how you activate the software right here. If you do not have an internet connection and you go in and put the information in here where it says offline activation and save it, it will activate, and at that point you should no longer have any watermarks when you're running the product offline. Now, some of their updates need to be done online. The program talks to their distribution website, and it makes sure you have the proper DLLs in different pieces and parts of the various elements, overlays, filters, text or credit boxes, or music, or anything else that you're obtaining from them. So that is where you would activate it. You bring this up while you're offline, do the offline activation, put your email and your code in it that they sent you via the email, and you should be good to go. I will also say, if you do a Google search for doing this, you will run across a gazillion methods, at least wise, to attempt to crack the program and give you a full-featured version without the watermark for free. And I'm not a proponent of that. I guess I might feel different if they said this is a $5,000 program. But if that were the case, I just wouldn't use it and wouldn't worry about it. But for what they're asking for it, by all means, I mean, everybody's got to make a buck. They're in business to do that. I find it almost amazing that there are dozens of YouTube videos that show you how to cheat software manufacturers, and even go so far as to put codes and so forth in the description. To me, videos like that should be pulled instantly by YouTube. But that's my thought. They'd rather pull a video or admonish somebody if they show how to butcher a rabbit, I guess. So it's okay to butcher software companies. So anyway, we're in Filmora, and I wanted to talk a little bit about other software programs. So if we go in and bring up the website for Filmora, and I'm guessing most of you have seen this, but maybe what you haven't done. Well, incidentally, I found that the answer to that problem under the support tab. And let's just go there real quick here. I think it was frequently asked questions. Activation for Windows. How to activate my software without any internet access. It's right here. And they show you how to do it for Windows anyway. Of course, I'm in the Windows area of this. So anyway, they make a lot of information available to you if you just take the time to go look at it. They have a user guide. They have a lot of video tutorials. And you can see here it's for Windows, for Mac, Android, or iOS. So they have the frequently asked questions for all this. But let's go to what they term their learning center. This is something I guess I was a little bit surprised. Here is a product manufacturer that in a very, very even-keeled way shows you other programs that obviously they're not selling them from here. I mean, they'll point you right to their websites. Here, go look. So let's just go look at a couple of these. The 10 best free video editing software for Windows. I'm going to stick with Windows tonight. It's very easy to get off in the weeds, especially if you start talking Linux or something like that. I guess I got to click in the right spot. All right. Top 10 best free video editing software for 2018. And it's been updated. They give you a little bit of background here. Some different things you should look for. And this is what they this is the list they've come up with, and I think it's very accurate, and I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it, so I'm going to read some of these off. These are what they consider to be the top 10 best free, no charge, video editing software for Windows. For everybody that wants something for nothing. I do too. I'm not saying that's bad, I'm just saying sometimes you get exactly what you pay for. If you didn't pay anything, you can't complain about what you get. But the first one they mention is one we've probably all heard of, and that's Windows Movie Maker. And in this little comparison chart, they give you what file formats can be imported into the software, what file formats can be outputted as a finished product. They give you a few pros and a few cons on each of the different pieces of software. So the first one they picked here was Windows Movie Maker. Let's just talk about the cons very quickly on that particular product. The service has been discontinued. That is a Microsoft product. Windows Movie Maker was made by Microsoft, and it is no longer supported. There is no support for modern file formats. So as things progress...
That's what Country Girl uses. Country Girl uses Movie Maker.
She uses Movie Maker?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're going to find some sites out there where you can download Movie Maker, but it's not supported. And as operating systems continue to evolve, it will become more and more incapable of operating in a decent way. There are pros on that particular piece of software. It says it's free. That's a big pro. And it meets your basic editing demands. There's a lot of things that it does not do, but for basic editing functions, it's there. So let's go to the next one. You know, I kind of want to go through this because we've had different people mention these in the chat over the past couple of weeks. VideoPad Video Editor. So let's look at the cons here. Certain features become unavailable when using the free version of software over a longer period of time. So this VideoPad has a paid version available, and their free version is what I'm going to term to be a degrading version of software, where features you can maybe use right at the beginning go away after the program's been run either so many times or so many hours or different things like that. And of course, that's to get you to buy. But I can also say something that only outputs in WMV and AVI formats. I do not think that I would be interested. It does have an intuitive interface according to this. And incidentally, all these have clickable hotspots. And this just gives you a picture of the, this page is probably a little bit easier for you folks to see. So here's your movie maker. And then the second one here is the video pad, video editor. But if you notice, these all have timelines. If you learn Filmora, you can take your knowledge from that and expand it into bigger and better editors. And there are bigger and better editors, but it's a very, very good learning tool. Number 3 is EBOOKS. I may not be pronouncing that right. The problem with this, the limitations, there are no video effects or transitions. And transitions, if you remember, we've gone over that a few times. That's where you make a smoother cut from one scene to another instead of just jumping cuts when you either combine videos or put in a picture, everything's like that. The interface is user-friendly. It has a good selection of inputs and outputs, and the price is right. Okay, OpenShot. I know somebody mentioned this maybe 2-3 weeks ago. But limitations, you need to install add-ons if the OS you're using doesn't meet the software system requirements. I don't know. I see that it uses QuickTime. QuickTime is a Apple tool. Output formats are MPEG, AVI, MP4. So it's got some decent outputs. The advantage is it's free as well as powerful. So this might be worth looking at if it runs on your machine. Number 5, VSDC Video Editor. Has a large selection of input and output formats. It says here that it has an intuitive interface. It's friendly to beginners. But if you have a problem with it, technical support you have to pay for. Kdenlive is an open source video editing software which is compatible with Windows, Mac, and Linux. Well, this intrigues me right here, the words open source. And I'm all for open source. What that means is it's free and will forever be free, unless, for the most part, it will forever be free. That's like Linux is open source, but they've gone down different rabbit trails with different versions, and then people own these separate versions. It starts out with the same base, but goes down this rabbit path. And
Mary's Vegetable Garden. I don't mean to interrupt. Well, yes, I do. Mary's Vegetable Garden. I have no editing software at all, so what you see is what you get. But the more I listen to you talk about the more I want to try it out, because I'm a dummy when it comes to these things.
Mary, the biggest
is it Mary or Marie? I'm not sure. I think it's Mary.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway.
But remind me about this question here in a little bit, because I want to go back to that.
Okay.
All right, so this might be a good one to try. It's free. Folks, this is something that's really pretty unique. I'm not gonna call this a general editor, and I'm also gonna say that I think this one would give me fits for a while. But you can do 3D modeling with this tool. You can produce animated images. And I'm going to say it's got a real steep learning curve. It's all open source. It's all free. This is something I'm going to be looking at in the future if I ever find time. DaVinci Resolve. Very steep learning curve. Great program. They have a paid version, which is excellent. HitFilm Express, they have a free version. And the cons to it are feature limited while exporting video files, and it's not friendly to beginners. Lightworks, another very powerful and free editor, but it's got a learning curve on it. If you've been using Filmora for a while, you could probably stumble your way through this and learn some, but they put right on here, it is not for beginners. So the whole point I wanted to make is if you go to Adobe's website, are they going to talk about these other software programs? If you go to any of these other manufacturers, Camtasia, Power Director, or any of those, I have yet to ever see on those websites where they list pros, cons, whatever about a lot of other editors. Let's go back into the Learning Center here. In the video editing tips, there's lots and lots of articles. I suppose we should read them. I'm scrolling too fast for you folks to read them. 15 best Mimi generators online for PC, Mac. I do not understand the fascination with Mimi. So, to me, it's a photo editor. But anyway, I don't understand the fascination. I'm just too old for it, I guess. How to edit videos, the ultimate guide for beginners. Digital video game trends and stats for 2018. The top 5 free video background blur apps for Android smartphones. Background blurring video editors, how to blur the background of portrait videos. How to give your videos the cinematic look. How to create camera shake effect. This shake effect is an interesting one. This is something that Filmora has, I believe, as a filter. Yeah. And this can be applied to any part of a video. And just to show you very quickly here what this shake effect does, it's pretty wild. I think they have, what, 2, 4, 6, they have 8 different flavors of it.
Served to me, and it was sealed in the saber bags. That was an ingenious idea.
So I ran out of bags,
and instead of
Okay, let me do that again where it won't be echoing through the mic.
hickory,
So you have the plain video playing.
Hickory bark syrup to me, and
And when it gets to the shaking area, it takes the video and just like you drop the camera or something. And that's what it's for. It's for special attention getting feel. And you can stretch it out for as long as you need to have it stretched out. Generally speaking, that'll slow it down.
Syrup to me, and it was sealed in the safer bags. I thought that was an ingenious idea. So I ran out of bags.
Earthquake.
Yeah, earthquake, exactly. So anyway, that shake effect is, before they came out with these filters, they had an article here that you could do it manually. A lot of work, but you could do it.
Heck, all you have to do is walk. You can do it manually.
The point I'm trying to make here is that they have a ton of information on their website. And a lot of people just plain overlook it. I mean, here they've got at least 10 pages. Let's see if more pop up. Oh yeah. Looks like they have at least 14 pages. No, they have more than that. There's 18. I don't know how many they have. But if anybody would like to go and read all this stuff, learn all this stuff, hey, you can start doing these classes on Tuesday nights, and I'll come and watch you. I don't know how many pages. We're up to 30 pages. 34. This might be it. Yeah. And that's a short page. So they have 35 full pages of articles, instructional articles that are available at absolutely no charge. I mean, you don't even have to buy the software. You can just go into the website and you can read all these. You can see everything there is to see about it. I still contend that Filmora for $60 for a lifetime purchase is you just can't beat that as a deal. So now if they just allowed us to be an affiliate or something, but they don't, so that's okay. We do have this, so let me just throw this at you real quick here.
Well, hey folks, while that's cooking, I had to sneak in here and just tell you, you've never had Thrive Life? Just hop on over to thrivelife.com/2familyhomestead and get you some. It's doggone good. Plus it helps the channel. Thanks.
Okay, Smudge had to get his advertisement in here. Sherry's just buried her head. But seriously, if you've not tried the Thrive Life, get a hold of Sherry. Send her an email. She'll tell you all about it. And it's really good stuff. it is. It's not something you're gonna have full time. That's not what it's for. That's not to change your diet to thrive life, but it's there to help you in cooking, stories.
Just posted we can go to Bob Evans in Columbus and do a tasting. I want to see what response, because someone just popped in the channel. Let's see what answer she gives. See what happens. Yeah, country girl got a house today.
She got a house.
She got a house.
I didn't know she was.
She's been living in a hotel since they moved her to Memphis. Yeah.
So did you just find one on the street somewhere, or?
It's a nice one. She has a video up now about it.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
We'll have to go watch it.
Paul's Blind Soup for the Soul. Cool. Hey, Paul. Glad to have you here. Are there any edit apps to download and do edits just on your phone?
Paul, there is.
In fact, Filmora has a phone.
Filmora has one?
Just ask Carrie. That's what she uses.
And it is called...
And Country Girl went through a realtor company.
Filmora Go. There is no charge. They have both for Android or for the Apple type flavors. iPhones. And it's free. So.
Paul, do you live in Oregon? I'm looking at your videos. I see Oregon Beach. That looks lovely.
So Andy, is Country Girl your wine tester or
Taste tester?
Taste tester. Okay.
Yeah, even Country Girl uses Filmora Go, so she uses it for her phone also.
So there you have it. I have never used it. My fingers are too... I have a hard enough time trying to do a text message on a phone.
And Carrie says for a phone editor, it's not bad.
Okay, if you have an Android, they have a version for it. You can get it in the store. I guess get it on Google Play. So.
And that's what she did the house video on. She said super easy to use.
Now another product that they have.
He lives in Central Illinois. Those are vacation videos.
Oh.
North Central. We're in North Central Ohio. How's that? Howie.
They also have a screen capture recording program that I have not ever even looked at, because at least was my version of Filmora. Bring it up. It has the ability to so I need to go here. It has the ability to record the PC screen built into it. I don't know if the newer versions have that or not. And when I say newer, I mean if you... what I have found with Filmora, because I've had it such a long time, some of the items that I have on mine, they still work fine, but they don't come with the newer versions. Some of the older things. So I don't know if, since they have now come out with a screen capture recording program, this feature may not be in the latest versions of of Filmora. And I don't know if there's anybody out there that maybe just has a relatively new version that can share that with us or not. Trying to see who else is in here. Food Forest Permaculture, good evening. Brian J. Country Homestead Preacher. Jump off A. Rocky C. Homestead. Good evening, Rocky C. Homestead. Okay, so close this, get it out of the way. That's from my one of my other tools. It gives me these nice notices for their Halloween sale.
Tigger says, "Hey Daryl, how to clear up the video here again?" Tigger, I'm lost at what you mean.
How to clear up the video here again.
Tigger, Wendy, you talking about this, the live stream or a video you're doing? Hey Beverly, 50 chickens in a hen house. How you doing? We're doing just fine, Jump Off. How goes it with you? I'm hiding over here.
I can fix that though.
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Somebody said something about they've never used a video editor. I don't remember who that was from before that I said we'll come back to. And
I'd have to go back up and look, tell you the truth.
I don't know, but somebody in here said they do their videos and it's pretty much what you see is what you get.
Oh, that was
no
Marie,
editing.
I think.
And that's all fine and good. It's kind of the raw.
Yeah, it was Marie, I thought. Hi, Miss Terry.
That's just your, it shows your raw footage. What an editor also allows you to do, though, is I did I've not put the video together yet, but I did a video of installing a tonneau cover on my truck. In the video, because I did it of the installation, came out to be an hour long. Well, that's pretty long raw video. So what you can do is you have the ability to go in here and just cut out sections that you don't want. In other words, to take a long video, cut it down into something real reasonable.
Tigger says her live stream is acting crazy again tonight. Anyone else having problems with their live stream? With the chat? Terry has a question for you.
How can I copy Filmora to put it on my laptop too when I get it? Just download it from their website. You can't use
Oh,
both.
okay, so it's only midnight. Gotcha, Beverly.
You cannot use both at the same time. That would be against the rules and regulations. I mean, that's not what you're not buying 2 copies. But if you're replacing your computer, you have the rights to the program. You paid for that. So you can just download the latest version and use your code to activate it, and you are good to go.
Okay, no one else is having issues with the live stream. Wendy, it's you.
So anyway, that's one of the big plus things you can do with an editor. The other thing that an editor allows you to do, we'll leave this in here. I'll just cut it down drastically.
50 Chickens in a Hen House is asking, do you use any capture cards for cameras when doing live streams?
No, I do not. Everything I have here is USB.
Tigger's asking, does my settings have to be 720 HD
For
live stream?
to watch?
I guess she's watching us, yeah.
No, you can watch smaller streams. Here's what happens with the live stream. I broadcast to YouTube, and then YouTube redistributes the stream for other people to receive, and they do it in a number of different formats. And I can show those to you here. Let me okay. Let me bring this over and put it on the screen to share with everybody. This is the redistribution of the live stream coming out of YouTube. And according to this, the majority of people are viewing this in 480p. So that's where the majority of you folks are viewing it. There's 240p, 360, some other which is typically received by some different game devices. A 480p, a 720p stream. I'm not broadcasting above 720.
Fireman CV is here.
Fireman, good to see you. So this tells you very quickly what different people are viewing the stream at. So you can have it set to automatic. If you have a fast enough connection, you can receive it at 720. 480 is very, very doable as far as a pretty decent picture. Phones, well, now we're looking at 240, and for the most part, they're 240. There's also some 360 that I'm going to say fall more into the notepad area. But that's what happens with the live stream. So if you're seeing things that are a little fuzzy or something, you may go into your settings on that and choose to have a solid connection rather than automatic. every computer is different. Depends on what's going on in the background, your internet connection. If you're watching on a phone, your signal strength to the nearest tower, or if you're traveling, it can go in and out, can actually change the rate. So there's a lot of things going on. Okay. I heard a snicker, and I didn't see a candy bar, so what's going on?
I just put over there. If you do live stream, let us know. I'm doing a schedule. Part is for scheduled live streams, the other is for non. We're going to upload it to our website. Dawn says, I do live streams. I go, really?
Fireman CV, good evening. Glad to see you here. So we'll go back into some of the different quick things you can do with an editor that you can't do if you don't have one. Here I've cut this video down to what? One minute, 20 seconds. But rather than just start here, I want to put a picture of some sort in front of it. So let me just import some sort of a picture. Ah, I know this guy. Here, we'll put Andy's picture in front of the...
That's his afeared look.
And by default, because I have all the default preferences selected here, anytime you insert a picture, be it a PNG or a JPEG file, it's 5 seconds long. Easily changeable by either dragging, or there's a little deal here where you can set it to exactly whatever you want. So for right now, I'm going to say make it 10 seconds. Say okay, just double the size. And now, so I have a still picture in the beginning of this before it goes into this video. Now I'm going to want to put, just a touch of music in here at the very beginning, so it's not dead silent.
Hair.
And let me pull this up so you can perhaps see a little bit better. This is maybe a very short secret. It's not a secret. I share this with everybody. But if I want to just have the video during the picture, I want the music to go away as soon as that picture is over. If I click on the block of information behind the picture, that's where the timeline automatically moves, is right to that point. And I highlight the music and I cut it. And I just shove the rest aside, or I delete it, or whatever I want to do. At that point, the music will stop. And it goes right into the video. If you want this music to fade out, simply just double click on it and move your little fade out connector. I usually go about a second. 1.04 seconds, or 1 second, 4 frames. So what music does now, it fades out. Of course, there's no talking behind this video. This may have been a poor choice. Here, let me just get rid of it. Let's go find something else.
Folks.
So, rather than just have this sharp changeover from the afraid look, we'll put a transition in there. And I have actually accumulated 232 transitions. So,
do you know where you can get non-copyright gospel music, maybe instrumental?
I don't know off the top of my head, but you can certainly search for that through Google.
Carrie, what channel name are you talking about, dear?
Hey, folks.
So by putting a transition in there, it gives you a smoother break to the next scene, if you would.
There's David.
Hey, folks. Doing a review today.
David, I wanted to message you, but I don't have an email address for you.
Yes, David, you can do that. Yeah, you can leave the editor window open. And that especially comes in handy when you want to customize, for example, your graphic equalizer. Actually, I guess you have to start it first and then click customize.
Hey, folks. Doing a review today.
So that's, yeah, you can leave this open. You don't have to click OK. You may have to actually start the process, but it'll just come second nature. I don't know what song they grabbed there, but it's terrible. Let's find something else. Let's throw a filter in on top of this. We'll a little heavy on the blue. make a change. We'll cut that down some. Throw some red in there. We'll throw some yellow in there. Well, I want it all to go away when the video starts. And so now it looks like and there's other things you can do. Well, something else you can do, I probably should have stressed this, by just clicking on the filter without dragging it down to the timeline, you can get a very quick preview as to just what it's going to look like. This is a nice little filter to use in limited amounts, because what it does is, as you can see, it breaks it into your three basic colors, and it just shifts them very quickly. And you can actually get this kind of in tune with the beat of the music. Well, it's after 9 o'clock. I hope tonight's little discussion was kind of interesting. I missed Grizz. He didn't show up, and he's the one that kind of started the ball on this for tonight.
Well, he'll have to view it afterwards.
Yeah, he'll have to watch it later. So I know somebody said that they don't get notification on Tuesdays. I don't know what the deal is with
she
that.
gets Mondays, but not Tuesdays.
I don't know why that could possibly be.
Strange.
So I want to thank everybody for being here. And we'll do something else here next week.
We'll have a video out tomorrow for the monthly Layman's Cookbook giveaway. And next Monday is 70 Farms, our wonderful baker.
Anything else?
That's it. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. Week, because it's only Tuesday.
So, thank you all for being here.
Yeah, Googly, you timed that just right, didn't you?
You ended the chat. What did you do that for? Well, we've been on for an hour, so time for us to go. Thank you to our moderators, Country Girl.
Allie was here. Weetree was here.
Yeah, Little Creek Homestead.
Yeah.
I don't mean to leave anybody out. Thank you, everybody else, for being here.
Marie, if you have questions, just email us.
Yes, shoot me an email, and we will try to get them answered, and if we can, we'll put it into next week's topic. That way we can talk about you, and you initiated it.
That's right.
Anything else?
That's it.
That's it.
David, make sure you message us. See y'all later.
Take care, everyone. Good night.